Hey guys, Liza Hudson from ConversionWise here, and welcome to another free landing page audit session. So as always, before I jump into the pages of the day, I do have a couple of announcements. If you are new here and you've just come across our YouTube channel, welcome. And if you are not a member of our community, our Facebook community, then underneath this video, you will find a link. Just click on there and ask to join. It is completely free. And in here, it's just a really great community, anything and everything to do with conversion design, optimization. You'll find free tips and tricks in here. It's just a really great community to be a part of. And of course, for those of you who are currently joining us from the community, if you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please make sure you click subscribe and you'll be the first to know as soon as we drop fresh content. Now in here, you've got access to free mini courses, how to create the perfect pages, some awesome kind of interviews, anything and everything about how to help you guys skyrocket your conversion rates. Now, again, for anyone that hasn't been here before, apologies for those that have. Essentially, what I am about to do is I am going to run through 4 pages that I have chosen at random from links that people have been dropping into our community over the last week or so. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to audit these. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to pull out on some points, some areas, some tweaks where suggestions and changes could be made to help you to skyrocket your conversion rates. Now, again, I always get excited on these sessions because we literally get insane results from these audits. Now, with me, I have my 2 trusty little tools. The first one being tools.pingdom.com. This is a free tool, guys. You can go in there and just check out how quickly your pages are running, and builtwith.com. So this is going to show me what you guys are using to create these pages. This is also a great tool if you want to kind of spy on your competitors and see what it is that they're kind of using. So let's start with the first page. So this is obviously for some mineral water. Now, again, for those of you that haven't been here at ConversionWise, we work to lots of conversion principles. And the main one, which we recommend you implement on every page, be it lead gen, be it e-commerce, it doesn't matter, is the AIDA principle. So what that means is that essentially above the fold here, so before I need to scroll any further, you should be capturing my attention. As we go through the page, you should be starting to pique my interest. You'll do that with your content. You'll then create desire, this kind of social proof, and then you'll end on an action. So that's the A, the I, the D, and the A. So this is a Shopify store. And super quick load speed. Even though the grade is quite low, that really doesn't matter when you're loading that quick. So really good job on this one. So let's see why. Now, as I mentioned, above the fold, we should be capturing our attention. On product pages, every page, it's the same. So I am currently looking for 5 key elements. Now, regardless if this is desktop or mobile, I am still looking for these 5 key elements. And those key elements are your imagery, so product imagery, which we have here. It's going to be your headline, call to action, trust, and social proof. Well, clearly we have an image here. I don't see the point of this little zoom. If anything, that's a bit distracting, a bit annoying. It's not really showing the product very well. So I would probably get rid of that. It's a bottle of water. It's hard to give lots of different images, but if you can have a sharper image, I think that would be cool. But we have a bottle of water, right? So cool. Here we have an absolute description. Now we see this on product pages a lot. I know it's a product description. It can be tricky, but whenever it comes to any kind of product or service, you want to try and make it a little bit emotive or pull out on a key benefit. So, you know, what's so cool about this one? Is it that it's, I don't know, is it that it's natural? Is it that it's, oh my goodness, I'm trying to think about a benefit of water. Perfect for hydration on the go. Yeah, you know, you could stay hydrated with Langkawi pure 380 ml case of 12. Also, if this is a case of 12, I'd probably do a little thumbnail displaying the case as well. So headline needs to change, guys, is what I'm trying to get at. Make it a bit more emotive so that you're capturing my attention. Obviously, we have the pricing. We have a one-time versus a subscribe and save. I love that. Any product where it's a consumable, you're going to go through it, you should be utilizing things like subscribe and save. That being said, what I would do is firstly auto select this, show the saving that they're going to get, make it really pop from the page. This is very, very flat, very muted. So I'm not getting that whole, this is the option I should take. So, I'd recommend you have a look at Amazon. They do subscribe and save so well, but you'll see the savings displayed. You'll see that it stands out more from the crowd. So definitely consider doing that. Your call to action, I would 100% recommend that you change the color of this call to action. I get it. You're going for this branded look. There are contrasting colors for every single brand out there. You want to have it different from your primary color. It needs to stand out from everything else on the page. So I highly recommend you change the color of this call to action. Now, I know it's water, but you should have some social proof. So we're going to need to see your star rating up here at the very, very least. And then what we're missing here is any form of trust. So I'd like to see your payment icons underneath the call to action. Add to cart is quite flat. You can do this kind of get mine now and things like that. You can make it a little bit more emotive. Product details, again, kind of cute. It's not kind of winning any awards, but it's make it pop a little bit more. You can use ticks. You can make this pop a little bit more. But I think this is just a little flat. Now, what I would recommend on this page, and anyone else that is doing this out there today, if you have these Facebook or social media icons anywhere on your product page near your sale, get rid of them now. Put them in your header, put them in your footer. This is a huge traffic leak. I get it. You want brand awareness. You want me to share. But honestly, get rid of these straight away because this will be harming your conversion rate. Right. We then go down into your interest section. So this is where you're starting to kind of sell me on this particular product. I'm just going to have a quick look, see what we've got. Okay, so firstly, I recommend that you change this around. We've got way too much wasted real estate over here. We don't need this here. What I want to see here is a process step. So give me a 1. Buy my water. Choose your water, however you kind of want to position that. Have a 2, we'll get it to you in and specify that delivery time. Number 3, you'll benefit from, having this lovely natural pure water. So it needs to be what the consumer will do, what you will do, and how the consumer will benefit. It's just a good way of showing people how easy you are to work with as well. Now, here we go into the science, which again, I totally get. That's what this is kind of about. But again, I challenge you to turn this into a more emotive language, benefits-driven language. So, the fact that this is all natural means that I'm helping the environment, right? It's one of those key kind of points. So I would probably switch your content slightly to make it more emotive. I know I might be sounding picky, but the way that this is aligned looks really scruffy. The image is butted up against this one. Again, if you're going to do this, have some padding in between. And also you should be giving us some repeat CTAs and backing those up with supporting buffers. So that's those, your star rating, and of course your payment icons. This particular image, I'm sure on mobile it's great, but it's just not working on desktop. It doesn't quite fit within the scroll, so just be conscious of the sizing. I do like the fact that you have a sticky CTA. But you still need to add in those repeat CTAs throughout the page just to give people a reminder that there is an action to take. You've got it right in the fact that you're waiting for reviews. I get that. Maybe you've got some reviews for the brand that you can currently utilize rather than for the individual product. But I would highly recommend you get something on here because, again, social proof is a key conversion principle. Then what's happened is you just missed a couple of sections. So what we need is an FAQ, so your top 5 questions out on the page itself. And then ideally, you're going to just end on a repeat call to action, giving me the opportunity to purchase the product that I came here for, right? So there's just a few tweaks there. So for this one, I mean, the key thing is making the content more emotive, tidying up these kind of sections, adding in some repeat CTAs, trust icons, utilizing this space a little more, getting that bundle, the other images, 100% those trust icons, social proof, and like I said, the emotive language. So let's move on to the next page. Shisha quality. I will translate that, guys. I'm going to cheat. And let's see what this is built with. Okay. Now, guys, if you don't see your page here today, don't worry. You can literally take away points from any of these audits and implement them to your pages, and you will see an uplift. It's so cool. So we've got WordPress and WooCommerce. I love WordPress and WooCommerce because you've got such creative control. And again, we've got some very good load speeds today. So really good. Page speed is such an important one. Funnily enough, I did audits yesterday and everyone was loading in like 7-8 seconds. You guys are absolutely smashing it. It has such an impact on your conversion rate. So let's just translate this into English. Now, obviously, sometimes things don't translate as well, so I'm not going to comment too much on that. But let's look at this. So this is a homepage for Shisha products. Shop now. Okay, cool. So again, what I would say is that this hero section, for some reason on mobile, on desktop, sorry, it's all kind of squashed in here. This all looks lost. There's too much padding over here. It's kind of pulled up too high. So give yourself an actual hero section. Don't be afraid to pull this content down. Utilize the space. Give us that imagery. Obviously, we've got Shisha quality. Again, these are kind of cool points, but again, talk about the quality, talk about the fun, talk about the benefits, talk about why yours are so great. Give us some more kind of emotive points across here. Also, it's literally a headline, but, we go for quality together with you is a strap line. It's actually not bad as a sub headline, but again, we just need these emotive value propositions on your hero sections. It's super important you're implementing those. I do like the fact that your call to action stands out. Not sure why you've got a tick on here. I'd probably go with the pointing finger, but we are, again, missing out on your social proof. Super important you get that above the fold. I would recommend that you have a star rating. These are trust icons, so I'm happy to see that you've got those here. This statement seems a little unnecessary at this point. I think you just need to utilize the space better up here. It just all looks too squashed to my eyes, and it doesn't look as slick or as professional as it might. And what you want to do is portray trust, right? So utilize the space more. Love you've got a call to action. Get some social proof up here. And that's cool. We then go to this, so you're giving us a repeat CTA, and then you go to products on offer, which makes sense. Always add your star ratings when you're doing this. What's quite cool, I don't mind you going into products on offer. I think that's quite cool. You can also go into collections here. It kind of depends what you want to do. It is a homepage. The sale does stand out, but again, show me what I'm saving on these. I think you need to add some payment icons somewhere around here, just because we're now starting to talk about money. Obviously, we have a lot of products. This here, you need to relocate this. So this needs to go where this, why do customers choose Shisha quality? So hero section, trust icons, and then down into your products. Again, these are all great brands. These are great trust icons, so definitely you want those higher. You then go into categories. What I would say is, again, this does not look very tidy because we've got a photo, then we've got icons. The sizing is different, so make these into very smart tiles and make it clear that, I'm going to click here, right? You then go into best-selling products. Nice to see you've got a star rating. I'm assuming you haven't got stars reviews for these just yet. And then we go into the content. This is way too text heavy. way too text heavy. So what we should be doing is utilizing some kind of imagery or some icons or something. And we need to, again, let's get a process step in here because this is a store. So go with that 1, choose your product. 2, we'll get it to you. 3, you've got this great product. But this content needs to be broken up, and also just bold out the keywords. You know, obviously you're taking me and linking me off to different pages here, but bold out the keywords you're trying to draw people's eyes to make it more accessible and easy to kind of scan read. So this content, break it up, add in some repeat CTAs. Calls to action, you've got red. Red is it's a very strong color. It's quite an aggressive color. It can absolutely work. But what I would say is keep all of your calls to action color the same. So if you're going for red, go for red. It does stand out. If you're going for the yellow, then go for the yellow. This call to action I know on mobile, that's going to look great, but on desktop, it just doesn't look very great. So again, make sure the sizing's correct and you're backing it up with broken record Liza. You are backing it up with supporting buffers. So star rating for the brand. And then of course, your payment icons. You then go into, we can help read all our tips. I guess like blog section. Again, we've got the follow in. I mean, I get why you have these on your homepage. Totally. I probably would relocate either up or further down. Love the fact that you've got an FAQ. So good to see. What you just need to do is end on a call to action. So push me into your store. Give me somewhere to go from here. Because the whole point of the homepage is that you are funneling me into the flow, right? So this has actually got a lot of really good components. I think the key thing for this one is about tidying it up, for want of better words, including supporting buffers on all your calls to action, adding in calls to action, and definitely sort of streamlining this content, making sure you're utilizing some imagery, grab a process step in there. I feel like you've got quite a lot of products on here. This section definitely needs to be stronger. The tiles need to look a lot sharper. Relocation of this, inclusion of a process step, and then the hero section really needs some tweaking, guys. So hopefully you found a few useful pointers there. We are flying through. So guys, if you want to get your page audited, then all you need to do is be a member of our community. Now, every week or so, I will drop a post in there, and you can drop the link of the page that you want to get audited, and then you could see your particular page in one of these videos. Also, guys, if these are your pages, I'd love to get a little bit of feedback. I know we get some great results from these sessions. So yeah, it'd be great. So this looks like another WordPress. Is it WordPress? Got Yoast WordPress. Yeah, so we got WordPress again, and let's have a look at the speed. Okay. Okay, so first and foremost, before any other recommendations, I absolutely recommend that you speak to your dev or have a look at your site and figure out why this is loading so slowly. This will be damaging your conversion rate. So for every 1 second, you can decrease your load speed. You can increase your conversion rate by something around 3 to 10%. It's insane, right? So definitely get this looked into first and foremost. So why might this be loading so heavy? Let's have a look. I mean, it is quite a large site, but that size shouldn't really be impacting, especially as most of these are going to be CMS pages. So have a look at your images first and foremost, make sure everything is compressed. But then for you guys, I would recommend that you speak to your dev team to get that looked at quite quickly. If you don't have a dev, guys, you know, there's loads of freelancers out there. There's loads of really good page speed devs. So I would recommend that you have a little look at that. So obviously we've got some insurance here. And this is a home page, so it's going to, I'm expecting to see multiple calls to action, but the real upshot of this is that you want people to get a quote or get in contact, right? So let's look at those 5 key components. Now, again, guys, lead generation, e-commerce, they still conform to the same principles. Very often we see them lacking when we get to some of the kind of lead generation side, but it's so very important. So let's have a look. Now, this works. This is like trust icons when it comes to this kind of thing. So really cool. Obviously, we have our banner and then we have our imagery. Now, I know you've got different services, which is why you're cycling through. But again, I think the headlines are incredibly flat. Always get emotive. Always get emotive. I know it's hard to be emotive about some subjects like insurance, but it's still, it's peace of mind. It's how easy it's going to be to work with you. It's all of that kind of key information that you want to be able to impart within a headline. Your call to action, guys, definitely switch up that color. It just needs to stand out rather than being gray. You absolutely need to get some social proof. If you've got Trustpilot, use Trustpilot. Good green stars convert really, really well. But you need to get some social proof up here. You've got some trust up here, but again, this is going to be likely a data transaction. So things like privacy guaranteed seals or SSL secure encryption, all that good stuff works on pages like this. Now, as we go down, you launch into a large block of text, which I get. It's a serious subject, right? I totally get it. I think you're going in too wordy too quickly. Again, with large blocks of text, just utilize some icons, break this stuff out, bold out any of the keywords that you're trying to take me to, because this is quite texty off the get-go with no real headline. You're just saying aspect. This is us. This is what we do. This is too wordy. So again, I would also recommend that, you can do your sales process steps on basically, 1, fill out the form. 2, we'll get back to you and however that looks. And 3, you'll get peace of mind from having this insurance, right? So you can utilize those on pages as well. We go into our products. Insurance home protection. Now, again, obviously, this is going to be displaying all of the services. I think what you guys need to do is maybe condense some of your text, make it a little bit more user-friendly in places. Like this is, again, another big block of text. You could utilize some icons or imagery for your product. You could utilize some nice little bullet points here. Make it user-friendly. And don't assume that everybody wants to read lots. I know the subject is serious, but we know what helps with conversion. Okay. So here we're starting to talk about these. Now, the calls to action stand out. Back these up with supporting buffers. Again, things like star rating or that whole privacy kind of guaranteed. I feel like you're kind of trying to, the get quote gets lost. I'm not sure I have enough information, but I feel like the get quote is probably the primary call to action. So I would have this one standing out more than I would the learn more. Same on all of these. Again, like really emotive subjects, yet really unemotive content. So again, it's about pulling out on the key points here. Then they can decide to go and learn more or just get the quote because you've called out on those key elements. You definitely need to start bolding out some of the keywords here to draw people's attention. Our services, these are cool. This looks much better, easier to kind of, as a consumer, I'm quite drawn to this because I know that I can click on this and off I go rather than big blocks of text. Again, more about your content, news and insights, get in touch. So again, for you guys, I think the thing is obviously it's a homepage, so you're trying to push people off into different areas. I think the key thing is that this page is quite text heavy. It may be a serious subject, but you still need to include emotive kind of language, bullet points and points out, make it a little bit more accessible for the consumer to understand. You still need to get in a social proof section, absolutely crucial especially for insurance. So I need to see a full review section. As mentioned before, you're going to need a minimum of 3 on the page itself, an authentic image to go along with it, the star rating and the person's name. We're then going to need an FAQ section. Very rare someone gets to the bottom of the page. If they do, they're looking for something, so get those on there. And then your form fill itself, I would turn this into a form, sort of border it out, get some trust icons here, show me that, that my information is going to be secure. See, here we go. We've got some Trustpilot. It might only be 4 reviews, but you've still got a star rating. So that needs to not be down in your footer. That needs to be utilized up on your hero and in a section itself. So key things on this one are breaking things down into more bite-sizable points for your consumer, switching out headlines, adding social proof, potentially pop in a process step in there. So there's quite a few bits that can be done on this particular page, and you need to add more trust all the way throughout this particular page as well. So we are on to the final page. Now, guys, again, if you are not a member of our Facebook group, then please click the link below this video. And in there, we will let you in straight away. It is free to join. And of course, if you are watching us from the community and you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure that you click subscribe. We are always dropping fresh content in there. So let's have a look. So this is in New Zealand. Okay, so it looks like we've got a HTML page. I'm expecting a quick load speed. Amazing. Really good load speed. You can't beat straight up HTML for load speed. It has to be said. But let's have a look. What is the page? Affiliate marketing. Okay. So this is we work with a lot of affiliates. This is obviously, it's almost like a collections page. You kind of need to think of it as a collections page, and you still need to make sure that you're hitting some kind of key points here, whilst you are presenting people with lots and lots of options. You want to make sure that this looks A, slick, B, it's easy to navigate, and you still need to utilize the key principles. So first thing I'm going to say about this is that it's really not very clear what's going on here. So, the green banner and the way that this image is butted up against it with all of this here, it's overwhelming. There's too much going on here. Your headline is weight loss products and affiliate marketing tools and more. Okay, seems quite varied. What have we got up here? Ashpal and Wellbeing Hub for weight loss, diet programs, muscle. So this is like your content. I think what you need to do is potentially rethink the imagery slightly, maybe go for something more neutral, because you've got things for like feet, you've got cookbooks, you've got weight loss products. So you're going to need to keep your imagery quite neutral. Put a proper headline up here. Again, get some form of social proof, so some form of star rating, and give me a clear call to action. What call to action do you want me to take? Well, you want me to go down and look at everything, right? So give me a call to action that jumps me down to those sections. So let's go down. It's quite a hard one to audit, in all honesty, just because of the nature of what you're doing. That being said, it needs to look as slick and professional and portray as much trust as possible. And unfortunately, this doesn't look too trustworthy at this point in time. So again, think about utilizing some icons for trust. Whether it depends on kind of what the offers are doing, is it all going to be lead gen? Is it all going to be a sale? Then consider what kind of trust icons you can implement here. Scroll down to see some of the 100 products below. If there's much to see, take your time, look around. We hope you enjoy this site. Take a moment to drop us a line at the bottom. Please leave name, email, address. So it sounds like you're looking for a lead capture as well. I don't necessarily think that just asking someone to fill in a form would do it. I would, have a call to action that says, get in contact now, and then jumps them to your form fill rather than a kind of description here. Below products, diets, recipes. So then we're going into essentially what is your collections page, right? So here, what I would say is, again, it's really silly things that make a big difference, right? So things being aligned, things being the right sizing, including some form of social proof on all of these, giving me a clear call to action. So where's the call to action? I'm not going to click it because we're on the audits, but is it on the picture? Is it this part? Is it this part? Give me a nice clear call to action. Make this as tidy as you can and include a star rating that goes along with every single one of these offers. Again, it starts to get a little bit messy here. Obviously, there are lots of calls to action because there is a call to action on everything. But again, like, watch out on your image quality. It's all a little too busy. If you are looking for me to fill in a form, I would expect to have seen some breaks and a call to action that says, get in contact now. Back that up with a little bit of trust because it's data transactions, so privacy guaranteed. But super important that you drop in those repeat CTAs for that get in contact. For this page, it's going to be all about tidying this up. Obviously, you have so very many different offers going on as well. I wonder if you can't create categories rather than having, all of them kind of laid out. That's another option that you can do. Then go into the homepage. This is kind of like your website. So we go into a bit about you guys. Visit our site, scroll down and click on a pic. Yeah, again, this is way too texty. This is just text for text's sake. So, if you want people to go in a call to action, give them a couple of quick bullets on benefits about, why they should get in touch with you. What's the point of getting in touch with you? Or break it down. You want me to fill in this form and tell you what I'm on about. So tell me exactly what to do, but without utilizing sort of 3 sentences or 3 blocks of text to do it. You've got a free PDF here. We didn't get any of that up on the hero, like this kind of content. If you're trying to get someone to fill in the form, I would want to see some little promotion up on the hero saying, little free PDF when you contact us. It's like a little lead magnet, right? And then we get to the bottom and we get into your form fill. So it's a difficult one to audit, guys, because the simple fact that this is, for want of better words, like I said, a collection page. That being said, we need to figure out the purpose of this page. Is the purpose to get in contact? Is that your primary goal, or is it to take them through to the offers? Well, I'm assuming it's a mixture of both. So we need to make sure that it's nice and consistent throughout. The hero section needs some work. You just need to have a value proposition, a headline, some imagery, a call to action. Give me a little bit of social proof, someone who's bought some of your products or been in touch with you. And then also pull out maybe on this kind of little freebie PDF and the get in touch kind of call to action. Then I would probably actually go into like some little collections. And then from there, you need to tidy off the different kind of offers. You need to tidy them off, put them into sections, give each one a headline. So if it's all about cookbooks, give me a nice cookbooks headline. If we're talking about the foot or the feet, then I want a headline before we go into all the different offers. So for this page, yes, it follows the principles. It still needs trust. It still needs logic. It still needs social proof. But it's more about how you are presenting that on this type of page. So there's definitely a lot of work that can be done here. With your form fill, again, turn it into a form, make it look sexy. You've got this kind of recapture, which is good in terms of some privacy, which is cool. So yeah, there's quite a lot that can be done on this page in actual fact. So guys, I have spoken to you for absolutely ages. If you want to see one of your pages in here, don't forget to join the community. There will be another video dropping soon. And I look forward to seeing you on the next session.